Okay guys, so obviously I have to do a part 2 of what I would suggest for somebody who's trying to do keto for the first time, which is kind of like code wording for how do you start the ketogenic diet, which I've done a video of it before, but I figure like the titles of my videos might capture a new type of audience who's interested and is thirsty for more information. So I'm just going to summarize what I said in the first video. I spoke about getting your macros right, so go find that in the previous video. I'm always saying get your fat up to 200 grams, 50% from animal fat, the rest from plant fat. Can you do all animal fat? Absolutely. Do you have to have coconut oil, MCT oil? No, you don't. These are types of smaller in chain, smaller in particle size fatty acids to help bypass the old gallbladder and get into the brain that's struggling with its glucose dropping too quickly. So I'm just kind of like summarizing. I would tell people to eat like cruciferous vegetables, fatty meats. Don't try to do keto on lean meat. Yes, I prefer organic pastured animals, but if you can't afford it, then do your best. If you're eating corn-fed and you can't afford anything else, I've got people in different countries where they cannot find grass-fed, which is why I hate the city with the leaf blowing and the sirens, but at least I can go to any place in the city and get everything that I need to sustain the business. Okay, because you know what? I've got some energy at 8:48. Okay, and the leaf blower is getting louder. Okay, so what I would explain to people is a kind of a combination of things I've mentioned in other videos, which is eat breakfast, fatty protein. A lot of you guys have too low cortisol in the morning. The fatty protein is going to signal the brain, the midbrain, to get the faculties going. Cortisol is being released to help digest the food because it's very difficult to sleep with fatty meats in your gut, like red meats, like pork, which is such great fat. I talked about people are afraid of pork. Pastured healthy pigs don't have viruses, so it's actually one of the best meats and fats for the brain and to keto adapt. Pork, yes, I'm not kidding. It tastes great. Pork belly if you don't like the salty bacon. I also said watch out for the bacon strips because they can have 6 grams of protein per strip. That's too much. You want to look for 1 gram of protein, and no sugar must be labeled on the cover of your bacon package. For those who live in the U.S., and for those who live around the world, you are SOL. And if you don't know what SOL means, okay. What else would I suggest if somebody were to ask me, hey, Steph, I want to start keto, what's the first thing I should do? In my last video I said, get ready, because it's going to be a ride all the way live. It's going to be a ride. It's going to be difficult. It's not easy. Don't look at the freaking internet of anything that seems too good to be true. Well, I'm so glad this sound is gone. Anything that is too good to be true is. That's why I like to talk about how hard it is to get what? The business. Yes, I like to talk about how difficult it is to get the business. Ooh, diffuse light. Because I want people who want their own business, I want them to work for it. Be thirsty for reaching that ultimate goal to get your energy, your health, and the temple in order. So the first thing is your mind. That's summary from the last video. But the other things, because I ran out of time, and I know I need to be a Google partner, it's coming. But at least you guys get to watch these videos for now. Advertisement free. Okay, so I would eat breakfast. Don't skip breakfast. Don't drink coffee, because coffee is overstimulating the adrenals, and most of you who are adults have adrenal fatigue, stage 3. And normally if you have stage 3, you're kind of malabsorptive, which means you don't absorb your fat-soluble, that's not a new language, I swear, your fat-soluble vitamins very well, nor your minerals. So, with that said, you gotta clear up the detoxification highways in the body. It's like LA right now. If I were to jump in my car and drive on the highway, it's bumper to bumper to bumper. And it's a nightmare. And if your body is stuck in a traffic jam, then the cells cannot breathe. They're choking. So one system at a time begins to collapse. Your gut flora, your adrenals, your reproductive, your vital organs, your gallbladder, your stomach acid, your thyroid, and the actual cells. Like cells, are they going to become cancer stricken and woken up and divide? Oh, your colon. Are you constipated? Do you have a little loose stool? Are you bloated? So basically, you really want to pay attention to the body before you try keto, so you can kind of understand, maybe perhaps a little bit, maybe journal for a week, listen to your body. If you're bloated, if your menstrual cycle is sort of a little inconsistent or largely inconsistent, guys, if you're flat in the muscle and you got like a lot of love handle going on, you might be a little estrogen dominant, and that's going to block your keto adaptation. So don't go on the internet and see these stupid websites and before and after pictures, because they're all freaking lies. The big conversation is the amount of water and protein people are losing going on keto that are not adapted. They're using freaking breathalyzers and urine strips, and they're like, I'm in ketosis! Almost, and even if your dual glucometers are on point, Philique, correct, you still may not be using those ketones that are at a 3.0. Ain't that a biatch? So you need to journal your physical reaction to changing your life into this keto way. Dropping your carbs down to 20 net carbs is what I suggest. From cruciferous, because if you're trying to count the freaking carbs in ketchup, then that's no. Then that would be your total carbs. But if you're using very fibrous vegetables and you can still get a little bit of that crunch, then yes, you can count them as net carbs. You have to see if you have any allergies to any food, because most of us have something. And what people don't understand is that a lot of allergies are building. They're percolating like coffee in the body, and then boof, boof, boof. They rear their ugly heads because you have leaky gut. And leaky gut makes you bloated, it makes you malabsorptive, and it messes with everything in the body. Candida, stomach acids, your estrogen, your gallbladder, your detoxification, your colon. I would do a journal and see if you have any of these weird symptoms. Are you burping a lot? Low stomach acid. Is your piss bubbly? You're not absorbing your protein. I mean, is your poop floating abnormally too much? Maybe that fat's not getting into the cells to be used as ketones. It could be just going through your system because you're malabsorptive. So these are the things that are not sexy subjects on the internet. Sexy subjects on the internet is, look at my before and after picture. Don't I look amazing? This is what keto did to me in 5 weeks. Bullcrap. That's not how life works. That's why I cannot stand Prove It, Garbage Company, or Ketopia. They lie to you, and these mother suckers email me all day long, this damn pyramid company. If y'all didn't leave me alone, I wouldn't trash talk your company so much. But you come be involved. They want me to be involved in their shit lying companies because they know that I captured the attention from you guys. And they want me to exploit you, lie to you about these garbage companies. No. Keto is hard work. But once you cross that bridge over to ketosis land, you'll never live a better life. This is what 48 is. This is the mother-sucking business with diffuse light. This is the business. But really, the fact that I'm still Steph, that I can look in the mirror and I'm still myself, that I'm not turning into this bloated cyborg shedding snake skin that's too dry because I've done non-fat diet my whole life. These are the things I tell people every day if they walk up to me and they go, I want to do keto. If you don't have money, eat at least free-range eggs. Don't overdose on eggs because the whites are allergens. Overdose on the yolks. Make sure that you don't have an egg allergy. I would definitely go to U.S. Wellness Meats if you're in the United States, and I would get sizable amounts of healthy, pastured, non-GMO, non-cordon-fed, organic animals. They shrink wrap it and send it to you overnight frozen instead of going to Whole Foods, which is whole paycheck burning a hole through your pocket or wallet. These are the things that I would tell people who are trying to keto adapt. It's literally just go into your, if I were to say it really short, go into your kitchen, throw all bread, rice, pasta, onions, white onions, ketchup, with sugar, and things with white vinegar, throw it away. And then I would go to Traders or to Kroger's or I don't know what stores they have over in Europe or South Africa or Africa or Indonesia, whatever. But I would look for free-range fatty parts of the chicken, cheaper than grass-fed beef, clearly, or pork. And I would use fatty meats. I would only use cruciferous vegetables, and I would get my fats real high and do, of course, grass-fed butter, even though the Kerrygold is starting to little cornfish cows because blah. Anyway, but I would get the Kerrygold for now, and the grass-fed butter, and I would get some magnesium. I would take it at night. I would get some chamomile. I would calm my nervous system. Around 5 p.m., I would start to imagine, especially in the wintertime, to be like, I'm going to bed soon, I'm calming down, I'm clearing my thoughts, I'm not sitting there thinking about bills and kids and the wife, the husband, and we need to eat together. I would just try to clear my mind out. If you're a man, I would go into man cave mode thinking. If I was a woman, I would go into mommy man cave mode. Mommy cave thinking. To get the nervous system down in the latter half of your day, the parasympathetic part of your day. I would, for 4 weeks, take my workouts down. I would do everything super slow. That's the way I would do everything to not spike your blood pressure, cortisol, because we're slathered in cortisol. And I would do super slow training, and I would not train to failure, and I wouldn't try to do this kind of stuff because that raises your heart rate, and that starts the whole, adrenal over freaking stimulation and start to make too much sugar. I would treat sleep like I was training for the mother-sucking Olympics. Yes, you must go to bed early, 10. And for those who have to wake up at 4 or 3 in the morning, get your butt to bed by 8. I don't care, whatever it takes, that's what you got to do. Because the body must repair. So the things when people ask me how do I get into ketosis, they're obscure because I'm talking about, how many times a week or week do you dream? And they're like, what's this have to do with ketosis? Like, I just want to get lean for my wedding. I want to lose my baby fat. Literally. And I'm like, because if your body's not in balance, the body won't accept the ketones. So I would get a glucometer. Precision, freestyle. They're 20 to 25% off. That's just the way off in the reading the number. It is what it is. You can't do anything about it. And then I would get my macros 80% fat, 15, but 80% fat of 200 grams. 15% protein. Keep your protein for men and women under 100, and 5% carbohydrates from only cruciferous vegetables. And then I would sit and rethink all of the medications I'm taking because they're clogging your liver. So you might want to do something to help support the liver. And those are the things I would say. So if you guys want to learn more, and I would stay away from running and biking just for 4 weeks, just for a couple weeks. And I'd stay away from nuts, caffeine, and cheese. If you guys want to learn more, go to stephanieperson.com. Stephanie the Business Person on my Facebook fan page, or Stephanie Ketogenic on my Instagram. Those are the ways that you guys can see and my blogs and me talking about the science of keto. But yeah, that's what I would say. And then I would say it's the best thing ever because you got energy all day long. How do you know you're in ketosis?